Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Hobby Collab. Today we're going to be painting some Tzeentchian Disciples of Tzeentch. This is actually a commission I've been working on for Graham, a friend of ours.
Yeah, local guy.
Yeah, and so I have saddled or roped you into this.
Which is great,
which
is fine. Yeah.
I've roped Zach into doing this, so, we're hoping that once we finish these, Graham will let us use them on stream.
Yeah, we're kind of getting a lot out of this.
Yeah.
Graham is commissioning Cire.
That's right.
Then we're making content here, and then we're gonna, as soon as they're done, we're gonna, hey Graham, can we
borrow your army?
Yeah. And the only thing I will say is, literally, I don't think anybody in the studio on the gaming side is actively excited about playing these on stream.
Someone's got to do it.
Yeah, it might have to be Graham.
Yeah, so Graham, you might be invited to come play on stream with this army we're commissioning you to paint.
Because I don't doesn't really fit the playstyle of anybody.
No, I don't think anyone here is like super into magic.
So Meg is the closest, and I'm not sure though that like her chaos heart is set on Slaanesh.
Yeah, I mean I'm with her. Although we will here. Let's switch the camera.
Yeah.
Lumex. Wait, hold on. It's this one, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm gonna actually grab my little thingy.
Not a lot of clothes on these guys.
Yeah.
Look, you could have told me these were Slaanesh, and I would have believed you.
Yeah, I think there's little elements on them that are clearly Tzeentchian, right? Like feathers.
The bird feathers.
But they are not too
clothed.
Yeah.
A lot of naked guys.
I forget what these guys exactly are called. You'd think we would have looked that up before the stream started. I'm gonna pull them up. Because it starts with a K. Do you remember what they're called?
Not Karenite. I'm pretty sure they're called Little Tzeentch guys.
Little Tzeentch guys. They're called Karak Acolytes.
Karak Acolytes, yeah.
Karak Acolytes.
Yeah. So we've got these Karak Acolytes. I brought 10.
Yeah.
And we also have some pink horrors that we're working on. And so because I have Zach here today, I'm going to make him do all the grunt work.
That's fine. I like it.
Which we need. It keeps it simple. Lets us just, get some nice relaxing painting time in. I painted these up on a Journey stream, these pink guys, pink horrors. So if you want to see that, you can go check that out. But today we're mostly going to be focusing on Karenite? What is it?
Karak Acolytes.
Karak Acolytes.
Yeah.
So I've already done some base coating. So that's basically what we're doing today.
Yeah.
We're going to pick, this is, I'll give you this as a reference. We're going to paint up some turquoise. The sword and the face, if we get to it, we're going to paint them blacks because I'm going to use metallic on them later.
Okay.
So that is what we're doing today. So let's go to front.
Yeah.
I have my paints in that box over there.
Yes.
So I'm going to have you put some turquoise on yours, and you might notice there's some Karak Acolytes that don't have any...
that don't have the turquoise yet.
Yeah.
That's my gig. Got it.
Yeah.
Hey, I have a question for you. I don't remember what I was going to ask. I was just reading about these guys. They seem pretty cool, actually, in Sigmar. They have a little shooting Sorcerer's Bolt attack.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Like the leader unit does, or
this whole unit has a shooting attack.
Oh wow!
They have a little bit of magic,
okay.
And they are also a wizard when they have 9 or more models.
Oh, interesting.
And their only spell though that they have is a spell that lets them increase the rend of their shooting attack, which is 1 shot each, 4/3, 1 damage.
4/3, 1 damage. Okay.
No rend. It lets them increase the shooting. Oops, wrong. We had the wrong microphone in.
Oh. Does it sound weird? I see. Oh. All right.
That's better. That's
weird. Okay.
Okay. You might have to switch it.
I might have to...
folks. Yeah. Actually, sorry, I can do it while you show your thing here.
All right, so I'm going to show you this guy again. These are not glued down because Graham wants to base them himself. So, I can't.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. So, I'm going to be painting on this putty. Right now, I'm just going to start blocking out. Oh, no! Well, that's not something you want Graham to see. I'm going to have to do some gluing of this model. His hand seems to have exploded. I don't know when that happened.
Interesting.
I don't know how that happened. I think I just slammed him on the ground. Well, that's an easy fix. We'll just have to find all his fingers and glue them back on.
Oh, wow.
I don't know how that happened.
Okay, hold tight with me, folks,
Yeah.
for a second.
Yeah, he's doing some
Audio changing.
audio fixing.
We had a lot of audio testing today in our other studio.
That's right.
And as a result, we forgot to
Switch it back.
switch this one back.
All right.
All right, let me know if that sounds better, folks at home. What's going to happen is I'll sound louder, because I probably sounded super quiet, and Cire probably sounded actually okay. Do I sound better? Just let me know, folks at home, if that sounds any better.
All right, I'm going to do a little bit of searching here. I'm going to lift the computer up. Hopefully it doesn't disconnect us.
Oh, for some Tzeentch fingers?
I'm looking for Tzeentchian fingers. Well, we may have to...
Have a pink horror missing a couple fingers?
No. I will just kit bash it from some leftover pieces.
Interesting.
I'll cut off my own fingers to give him back some.
Oh, wow, that would be really ugly looking, actually.
No. Once it's all painted, you won't notice.
Okay, great. All right, so that sounds better. Great, thanks, folks. Yeah, little bit of a mess up on Cire and I's behalf. I'm gonna blame me. Cire's running around doing a lot. I was trying to make a goofy segment, which hopefully you guys enjoy later.
Yes.
Okay, I think that's good now. Awesome. All right, so I'm just blocking out turquoise.
Yeah, and you have some reference models over there.
Yeah. This is, these guys look super cool. I've actually never played against this army, Cire. It's new book.
Yeah.
With any of my armies. I have played, I think I played against it
No, we want to go back to front because I'm going to be...
Okay, there we go. I have played it, I think I've played the old book. In fact, I'm certain I played the old book.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have a question for you. I noticed when you were painting your reference models.
Yes.
This is sort of interesting. I noticed you're blocking out this turquoise.
Yes.
And there's trim, as there is with Tzeentch stuff.
Yes.
And looks like you mostly tried not to get turquoise on the trim.
Oh, it doesn't really matter. I was just... You can paint... If you paint over it, it's fine.
Okay, that's what I was curious about, because I was like, I would probably, if I did this, it would probably be way sloppier, because I would just like whoosh, real fast, because I'm painting over that, right?
Right.
You folks can see the little shield here.
Oh, yeah. Here, I'll go to Lumex.
This is what I'm working on.
All right, so yeah, he's talking about this, here he is, so... I was pretty messy with the trim, because I don't really care how it looks.
Yeah, I would probably be even messier than you.
Oh.
Maybe, just to go fast. But okay, good. So there wasn't like there's not something else happening there.
No.
You're trying to... Which makes sense, because you have two different base coats on these guys, depending on what skin tone they're gonna...
That's right. We are doing multi-racial Tzeentchian acolyte.
Multi, a strong word.
Two so far.
Yeah.
It's easier to paint batches that way, though.
That is true. I've been doing... I did that with my...
How many tweezers?
They're in the little one that says Zach. You can find them quickly, yeah. I've been doing that with my... That was actually a big part of how I did my cities of Sigmar. Free Guild Steel Helms, is I would grab a few, and then they all have the same colors. The only part that's different is their skin tones.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was actually a little more challenging than I think you're going to have with these guys, because with those, they actually sculpted the faces to look like different ethnicities and stuff, so different races. So I had to, I couldn't just grab
a
few models and be like, okay, I'm going to paint all these people with a East Asian skin tone.
Right.
Because you'd get to a model and be like, this doesn't really look like an Asian guy. It looks like he's probably a white woman or a white guy or whatever.
Yeah.
This really looks more like African facial features, right? So you're like, I don't really... it looks weird if you do it wrong, which has kind of been historically the
way that GW's done it.
It's kind of been historically the problem, right? Because they give you kind of facial features, and I guess a lot of them have historically been European.
Yes.
But also some of them like Canadian shock troopers, just like little monster men.
Yeah, they don't look like anything. They just look like little evil devils.
Which I guess is okay. You could paint them any skin tone and
it'd be fine. I mean, listen. Yeah. No one wants to be.
No one wants to be a little monster man.
Little monster man.
Now, but they really did a good job on the Freeguild Steel Helms. Like you pick up a model and you're pretty much right away like, oh, this is meant to be a model of like that's East Asian.
Yeah.
Or this is meant to be like a model that with African ancestry or whatever. It's like it's pretty obvious like right away.
Yeah. Yeah. Big fan of it. Historically speaking, it was just they're all the Space Marines are
there's
Caucasian.
A reason, you know.
Yeah. And then it's like no, we'll paint him dark skin, but he doesn't. He just looks like a white guy. With dark skin.
Yeah. The Soups, thanks as always for your continued support. Big support.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
Yeah. Getting a membership. Sniping Kane.
Oh, Kane. Nice.
Yeah. We have 2 members things coming up. We'll show the schedule in a bit. Cire is this Friday, working further on Tzeentch.
That's right. It's gonna be more of this, probably.
Yeah. And Monday is our first members game for Sigmar.
Oh, right.
And it's going to be a doozy. It's actually Cire again.
Yeah, I'll be back.
And Megan.
That's
and
right.
I'll be producing. It's actually going to be a fun game.
Yes. Also, I'll be back tomorrow for producing.
Producing, yeah. We have our last launch week game tomorrow.
Hey, maybe we should show the schedule, huh?
Yeah, why not? Like at this point, right?
At this point, we were talking about it. Which one is it?
Oh, I think it's out of this menu.
Oh,
and then
Chroma? Yeah, no. Well, we should talk about that too. Schedule.
Okay, we'll come back to that teaser. Yeah, schedule. Yeah, so here we go. And then tomorrow is not on the schedule, but tomorrow is our last launch week game. I'll be playing my Beastclaw Raiders against the Brett's Coalesce Seraphon.
Seraphin.
Yeah, and Cire, I kind of was about to combine Cire's name with Seraphon. Seraphon. Will be producing, which will be fun. And that game is at noon Pacific.
Yes.
I believe that is
tomorrow.
3 p.m. if you live in the Eastern time zone, and 8 p.m. if you live in the UK, and 9 p.m. if you live in the parts of Europe that tend to...
That are an hour past that.
Tend to be our subscribers, yeah. We know our time zones. We know what time zones you guys are.
Oh my gosh, I'm just a wrecking ball today.
We know what time zone you guys are in. So that should actually be pretty fun. Oh, sorry, is the back of the shield? Oh, God.
Yeah, sorry, the back of the shield needs to be done too.
Oh, God.
What a foolish mistake. All right, well, unfortunately, look, Ram, you're not watching this, hopefully.
I've seen him in here. He would have said something by now.
I will have to source another thumb for this guy. Here, he's currently giving the devil horns. Here, maybe...
I know Graham well enough to know he's not going to care if you...
I care.
You care.
I care. So he's currently giving some devil.
There's got to be extra hands in the kit, huh?
Yeah, I'm just going to cut a finger off. So he's currently missing his middle finger. He was missing 3. But
they're kind of tiny.
Yeah, they're little tiny guys. So, currently missing... Or maybe he's in the Yakuza. I don't know.
He's Yakuza.
He's a Yakuza pink horror.
You're going to get Graham beat up somewhere.
That's right.
Just the guy walks by. Did
Hey,
he fall again?
No, that was something else.
What was it? Was it another
looks
model?
like a base.
Another model for us to step on and smash fingers off?
Oh my gosh. We're going to break all his fingers.
We don't know where all the fingers are going on our models.
It's smashed everywhere.
I know I've told this story before.
I'm going to grab... Can you hand me a pink horror?
Yes, I know I've
and
told...
the purple.
I know
just hand me everything.
Just hand me everything. I know I've told this story before. I don't know if I told you this story, Cire, but... yesterday before the game, this isn't the story I'm going to tell, but it reminded me of the story, and what happened here to this pink horror also did. Yesterday before the game, I heard a crunch, and I had stepped on a Daughters of Cain. It was a witch elf.
Uh-huh.
And she broke apart pretty nicely. Her arm broke off, and her head broke off, and then that was about it. It was actually shocking that it wasn't worse. And not... this Old Town Throwdown, but the Old Town Throwdown before, so Old Town Throwdown 2022. Mm-hmm. I went down there by myself. It was a blast, And while I was down there, my third game or so, I was playing my Daughters of Cain, and kind of the whole game, I was like, it was in a bowling alley in the upstairs, like this special part of a bowling alley. That was, it was kind of cool. And people had snacks and stuff. And so for the game, I was sitting there playing, and during the game, it was a really good game. I ended up losing this game, but it was really an intense game. And during it, I was kind of like, throughout the game, I was stepping on what I believed to be like a pretzel or something. It had like a crunchy grinding texture. And eventually I got tired of whatever it was. And I was like, what is this? Because like something in my brain subconsciously is like, listen, dude, if this had been a pretzel, it'd be powder by now.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't keep re-crunching it. And I looked down, and it was one of my witch elves. And
just grinding her.
She was shockingly in pretty good shape, though. And you've seen those models. They're
tiny.
They're tiny. I was kind of blown away that it was not just completely pulverized. Like, there were no breaks beyond the glue points.
That is surprising.
It was shocking. Almost now, like, every glue point was gone. It was like 6 pieces down there. But I found them all. They were all right there. And I was, I had sat there all game just being like, this is a chip, or this is a pretzel. And I would step on it and I'd be like, oh my God, that pretzel's still here. And then the turn would go by and I'd step on it again and I'd feel like, God, that pretzel.
That stupid pretzel.
And then eventually I looked down and I was like, oh my God.
Monica.
Yeah, Monica, oh my God. I had like backline deployed.
And so she
just fell off like right away. And like when you're playing and you're running around, you're playing and you have like 19 witch elves in one of your units instead of 20.
You're not going to notice.
You don't notice it at all, yeah. Liberty Friars, thank you. This looks interesting immediately, whatever's going on here. Friends, wait.
Good Lord.
Okay. Friends, on Reddit, there's a story about a family going through a divorce because the husband spent $110,000 on Warhammer in 1 year. How would you spend $110,000? So this is wild.
This is wildly relevant to today's segment.
Yeah, we're going to talk about this. This is wild. Liberty Fires, first of all, thank you for 2 things. 1, supporting the channel. 2, alerting me to this story. If you could link this in our Discord somewhere,
that'd be great.
That would be great. I want to read this. This is wild. How would you spend $110,000?
$110,000.
Okay, I think I know how you could do it. Yes. And I think it's related to today's topic, which is
actually
commission painting.
Commission painting
is how you would do it.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, so I had commented, I forget whether it was on stream or in a hobby hang, but I'll just comment again that last year I because of taxes, you write this stuff off.
Yeah.
Right. If it's your business. Last year, or 2 years ago, or something, when I was at Titans, I spent something like $11,000 on Warhammer.
Yeesh.
And keep in mind, I'm doing trips. Nova.
Yeah.
Old Town, Vegas. I'm writing all that off. And so I sat there and I did my taxes, and it was something like 11. That was wild. It was an insane amount of money. This year, I'm pretty sure, business-wise, it'll be a lot more than that.
Yes. But it's not Warhammer. I mean, it's Warhammer related, but it's a studio. It's a studio.
It's different, and it's not $110,000 or even close to that. Even close to that. So, how would you spend $110,000 on?
Okay. I would. Oh, you know what I would do? I would donate it all to my favorite hobby channel.
Well.
No, let's see.
What are some high ticket? Okay,
even a really expensive, like, Warlord Titan is like $7,000.
So that was the first thing I was gonna start saying. Oh, sorry, I have a question.
Yes.
Some of these shields have like this area. Looks like you haven't been doing it. Like,
I'm gonna
do that different color.
There's it's like the little bumpy.
Okay.
Yeah, just leave that. One of them I did on accident.
Okay,
but just leave it. I'm gonna do it in like brass or something.
Cool.
Okay, you were talking about Titan.
Physical items. You were talking about Titans. What I was gonna say is, I don't think you can get there alone on physical items.
No.
in a reasonable way. So services has to be part of it.
Yes.
Perhaps donations to content that
Yes.
you like, and trips.
Look, okay, this is what I think. This guy, maybe he runs a club,
Okay.
right? Maybe he runs a club and he says, "Hey, we want to do a Titan walk this year." So he buys 7 Titans, or maybe it's like like a couple of Warlord Titans, a couple of Reavers, and then whatever's in between there, and then gets them all commissioned. That could get to 110,000 pretty quick if you're having them built and painted.
Okay.
That'll run you a lot.
Okay.
That'll add up really fast.
Yeah, I think there's a number of ways you could get there, but like you're saying, it's not just purely physical items. That would be wild.
No. It has to be like commissioning or travel or
And for what it's worth, we get a lot of flack. GW gets a lot of flack, especially in our hobby. There's a lot of people who join our hobby and are always trying to figure out how to save money.
Yeah.
That's fine. But some of them will kind of repeatedly complain about the costs of different things in the hobby. In particular, GW models, but other things too. And I probably don't have to say this to anybody in here. All hobbies are expensive.
Yeah.
If you think this hobby is expensive, check out the cost of a Le Creuset pot. Check out the cost of custom parts for motorcycles.
Oh, I know that.
Check out
Guns?
drones.
If you're an American.
Guns if you're an American, yeah. And you like your guns. Guns is probably actually, guns is expensive. Guns, drones, RC,
mountain biking,
RC anything, yeah. I mean, honestly, I think almost all of these hobbies we just named actually could be more expensive than Warhammer.
Yeah.
Motorcycle stuff for sure. Anything with a car or a motorized vehicle for sure. Anything with a boat.
Yes. I think at the end, but it's also like
knitting is super expensive. Megan, sorry to cut you off, sorry.
Yeah.
Megan has a couple of very beautiful sweaters that she's made for herself. And they're great. They're like exactly her size. She looks great in them. They're really comfortable. They're really nice. They look great on her, blah, blah, blah. And one of them she has is just like this nice yellowish sweater that she made.
Yeah.
The cost of that sweater is $300 some to make your own sweater.
Wow.
$300. Because yarn is expensive.
Yarn is expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, woodworking's probably not super cheap.
Barry's right. Guns are actually not that expensive, depending on the type. And by the way, I know nothing about guns. I'm not a gun person.
Okay, yeah. Well,
but I do know guns aren't the problem. It's like all the other stuff you have to do around a gun, which is how a lot of hobbies work.
Yes. The paints, not the model. Well, I guess in this case it is the models, right?
The paint, both of them, all of it in our case, yeah.
Barry, I'm trying to get a Czechoslovakian gun. That's why it costs so much.
Oh, I see.
I don't want these basic, big 5 shotgun here.
Yeah, big 5.
That's not a hobby at that point.
That's a local California sporting goods store.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think they actually don't sell guns anymore.
I don't think they do. I didn't grow up with them, but I don't think I've ever seen a gun in a Big 5. I'm shocked Big 5 exists.
Well, the one near me doesn't exist anymore.
It went out of business?
Yeah.
Okay, there's one not far from here.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm very fascinated by Liberty Furs. Liberty Furs. Whatever it is he's talking about, and I just have a few follow-up questions, Liberty or whoever's around.
Yes. Was he money laundering? Was this a secret money laundering thing?
Question number 1: do you feel like it's authentic? I'll be honest with you. One of the biggest things that will cause me to drop a subreddit is if people are sharing stories. I'm like, this just isn't real. And if I go and I look and I see other people saying the same thing, and I'm like, yeah, I didn't think so either. Then and that happens more than once, like on a subreddit. I'm like, who are these people? What is this? Like,
what is happening?
I'll usually drop. Was it a Warhammer subreddit? Was it, because if it wasn't a Warhammer subreddit that it originated,
are you more inclined to believe it?
I am actually. Like if it was like a, because no one's gonna go on the like tough relationship thing, whatever subreddit it originated on, divorcees, whatever it is. No one's gonna go on that subreddit and make up a story about Warhammer because that's not interesting.
Yeah.
Right. They're gonna make up a story about I don't know, but it's not gonna involve Warhammer. That was a Warhammer subreddit, I'd be like,
this might be fake.
I don't think so. Yeah.
However, what we need to talk about how this is actually just guerrilla marketing for Amazon Prime's new Warhammer 40K show.
Oh, that's true. It could be that.
It's just guerrilla marketing. You guys are getting sucked in. You guys don't even know.
Yeah, you guys are getting. Now you're spreading.
Warhammer's so good it ruined my relationships.
Yeah.
I can't wait to watch the Amazon show.
Yeah, I mean, like, just like it's like Breaking Bad or Sons of Anarchy. Like, let's just watch this horrible thing. Sounds great.
All right, I'm gonna switch this to manual focus because it keeps wanting to refocus. Cool. So I'm just painting their tongues.
This look that you got here, oh man, I don't know, man. I need to have a sit down with you and myself about the Nighthaunt I'm painting. Like, I did one test Dread Scythe Harridan, and I think she came out pretty good, but it's maybe not 100% exactly what I wanted.
Yeah.
And then also, it was more work than I wanted, and I have to do 60 of them.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of trying to ask myself, like, is that what I should be basing it off of? Like, if it looks good, is that not good enough?
Yeah, it's tough, right? Because especially if you want it to be quick, like.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm being honest with myself. I want it to be quick and good.
Yeah.
And that's doable for a ghost unit, like a little ghost, like a Nighthaunt.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Pass me the turquoise.
Yeah. I don't exactly know what my plan is, but this kind of the airbrush with the inks and stuff was sort of what I was going for or hoping for, but then I didn't use like really any inks, and I don't know. We'll see. I kind of like how it's coming out, but I got some time to think. I have some other models to finish first for existing armies.
Yeah, we got a lot of Flesh Eater courts to get through.
We got Flesh Eater courts. There's some city stuff I'd like to add to the Slaves to Darkness. We were talking about this earlier today that you've been using on stream. You're doing your own, but it'd be nice to have two.
Yeah,
a more infantry based one, and you're more running around
horse
based ones. I don't know. Again, another army that I don't know that anybody else here wants to play.
I mean, yeah, it's my one passion project.
Other than you, yeah.
KO. I'm the one who just plays armies that I get. Watch, I'll probably end up playing this. I play all the armies that people don't want to play.
This isn't your playstyle though, really?
No, not at all. Magic is not at all my. I guess we never really answered the question, but chat, let us know what would you spend $110,000 and potentially end a relationship for?
Yeah, I know.
I'm curious what people.
I will say that yeah, hobbies are they're oodles of stories of hobbies being problematic for couples. Oftentimes hobbies are one member of a relationship is doing it and the other one's not. Yes. And isn't really a part of it. I'm lucky, you're lucky, Holly paints, Meg paints, and Meg's doing this channel with us. You and I are both very lucky. We have a lot of partner support. Yeah. And partners who are actively kind of involved in it, right? Yeah. It changes the equation. Definitely. I am not involved in Meg's knitting, but I also have just kind of, for lack of, this is not a thing to brag about, but I just am like one of those people that I'm going to out myself. I'm just one of those people that doesn't really think or care about money. That's a bad thing in a lot of circumstances, but it's also a good thing. There's pros and cons to being that type of person. Mm-hmm. For sure. And I can tell you, for sure. I've experienced both of them a lot in life. Like, on one hand, you'll be fine eventually, in most cases. Yeah. And in the other hand, it can stress people out around you, right? Yes. My point with this, though, is that, like, Meg's knitting, I've never been like, what? How? Like, when I found out that she knitted herself a sweater that cost $300, I wasn't mad. I was just like, oh, yeah, I guess, right. But it brought her joy to make the sweater. Yeah. Even aside from the fact that you make a custom sweater, it fits you perfectly. It's exactly how you want it to look. Right? Yeah. I mean, there's almost places online where you can go and design your own clothing. Yeah. Right? But, exactly, she was able to get to fit exactly. And But then it's just about joy of creating something yourself.
Creating something yourself, and like, how do you put a dollar amount on that?
The sad reality in today's modern age, this is a sad reality, not an old man rant, is that because we have like a pretty healthy functioning society in terms of material goods.
Yes.
If anything, too healthy. You if you want to get that like make your own stuff feel in almost any field, you're actually not going to save money these days.
No,
it's probably cheaper and sadder for a kid in Malaysia, a 12-year-old kid in Malaysia, to make that for you,
of course,
and have it sent to you. So I'm sorry, this went to a dark place.
Downer, but I mean, it's true.
It's
right?
true, but sad. Yeah. Oh, he has a little shield thing on his knee.
Oh yeah,
turquoise.
Paint turquoise as well.
Okay. Hobbies are expensive.
Hobbies are expensive. But we still haven't answered. Chat, how would you pay $110,000?
Soup says, keep accidentally ordering the wrong kind of stripper. Oh, that's very funny, Soup. Yeah, Gnome says, my last relationship, his girlfriend at the time actively disliked the Warhammer hobby. That's rough.
That's rough.
I mean, that's any hobby.
I mean, I can understand being like, neutral. But if they actively dislike it, that's rough.
I can understand being neutral. He says his current fiance is supportive and bought matching checkered Vans to match his orc army.
Oh, that's nice.
That is nice. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, actively disliking a hobby is pretty rough.
Yeah,
pretty rough.
I think I'd have a hard time like actively disliking a hobby, unless it's like my hobby is smoking crack or something.
And even if Megan's hobby was smoking crack, I wouldn't dislike smoking crack. I just dislike that crack's not good for you.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
yeah.
So I guess I would.
Yeah.
But it's not like I wouldn't want her to enjoy it.
But okay, maybe.
I'd be like, is there crack that's good for you? Like,
can we get some? Is there healthy crack?
Is there?
Okay, but maybe $110,000. That's a little ridiculous. Also, we should maybe point that out.
No, I'm not.
As a Warhammer fan, that's a little too much to be spending on Warhammer.
I'm not defending it. It is, again. So okay, we also don't know other factors. Like, if you make what percent of somebody's income should they spend on their hobby? If this guy made $1 million,
$10 million a year,
even if he makes $1.5 million, that's less than 10%. Less than 10% of your income on your hobby is probably pretty good for a lot of people.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And
Batu Zeppelin says,
by the way,
just buy $110,000 worth of stock in Games Workshop.
Their stock's expensive.
Yeah.
By the way, we don't know that from this story so far. We don't know that it was the man.
Oh yeah, good point.
I don't think they said it, but probably it was. We're just assuming. I think it's okay to assume in this case and be wrong. Be proven wrong. But that is insane.
That's
110,000.
Okay. I think it's also, and I'm gonna degrade. I'm gonna take a shot at our hobby here.
I love this. I love where all this.
At the end of the day,
Liberty Fires just handed us a
we're gonna get the channel shut down. At the end of the day, they are plastic toys, right?
Yeah.
So if I would have spent $110,000 and bought a Lamborghini, I think they cost more than that. But you know what I'm saying, right? Like, I bought a nice car.
Yeah.
Like a nice hobby car. Do you think... I bet a lot of people wouldn't be as upset. Or if I bought a boat. You know? It's it's the same amount of money, but it's like the return is like...
Right.
You bought $110,000 worth of Carrick Acolytes? Why did you do that?
Right. The add up, right, is kind of insane. Again, like you're saying, if it was a boat... Yep. It was a really nice boat. But see, that's sort of what I'm saying is that if you are just doing, it really depends on the hobby and the income level. So sorry, in this case, the hobby's $40K, but it depends how that's being spent. If it's like a wealthy dude or $1.5 million is solidly middle class in the Bay Area,
Honestly,
that's kind of a joke, but not too
but not that far off. Actually,
if you have like $1.5 million a year that you're making, and let's say that the wife is also like fine, she either comes from money or she also has like $1.5 million job or even more, and he spent 110,000 on Warhammer. I see your point. It's kind of like where, but then that's where it would have to be services like, I commissioned Israel, twice for armies, and instead of getting, 3,000 points, for $10,000, I had him paint me, 10,000 points of Tyranids for $40,000, and I had him paint me 5,000 points of Stormcast for $15,000.
Yeah.
So that's like 65,000 right there or whatever. Like, then it starts to spiral, but also make more sense.
Yeah.
And both ways I could see being annoyed about it or it making sense.
Yeah.
Does that make...
I'm with you. Like, it's... Listen, commissioning can be expensive.
Oh, and I went to... I went to Vegas and I spent a ton of money in Vegas.
Yes.
Right? Or I went to... the Cruise Hammer.
If you're going, okay, I'm going to Nova, I'm going to Adepticon, I'm going to...
And we're like Europe, going to the European ones and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, so like, it could add up quickly, right? If you go to, what's the one that Pardo puts on in Spain? No Retreat.
Gibraltar.
Yeah, like, if you're flying from the U.S. to No Retreat and you bring a fully commissioned to the highest level army, that's probably already $30,000.
You're meeting one of the dudes in Spain who just paints your army.
Yeah,
right? I don't know what it is about Spain, and
they have the best painters.
Like the best painters. Yeah.
Thank you, Chapter Master Ballsack. Thanks for the 20 hobby memberships.
Thank you. Yeah, and we had a super chat up here.
Oh, I missed one
as well. From Chris. Chris says, Zach, you're a great painter. You're being hard on yourself. Stop it. Thanks, Christopher. Listen, I'm actually not. He's talking about my Night Haunt. Want to say?
Stay here.
In this case, I'm not actually being hard on myself. I'm saying that it came out. Actually, here, wait, Cire. When you're done.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Slightly.
It came out good. I'm gonna get some on-air advice here from Cire. I'm gonna have Cire do a critique, not necessarily for how it came out, but what I could do to make it look. Maybe just as good or better, but way faster.
There we go.
Okay, right behind you. At the top.
Yeah.
Somehow you know. I gave you almost no...
You just pointed in the
general direction. Pointed in the general direction. Okay. Here's my test of Night Haunt. Dread Cytherian. Have you seen this, by the way?
Yeah.
You have? Okay, where is she? Oh, maybe she's not here. Maybe she's in the other one. Alright, I'll go grab it. Yeah, I feel like, but this is where it's going. This is like more work than I wanted to do, and now I have to do.
Chapter Master Ballsack had a gigantic load of memberships. Thank you for dropping those members off to us.
I like how he just announces it as well. Thank you, Chapter Master Ballsack. Yeah, I just feel like.
We're supposed to dance. No, no. That's only for the game streams. We don't dance. This is serious stuff here.
Yeah, this is serious.
This is serious hobby work. We don't dance here.
Yeah.
What was I doing? What color should I paint this bird, chat? And your choices are pink, blue, maybe a little blue green, maybe a little purple.
Where did this go?
Need to be unburned. Rainbow soups. Shut up.
What happened?
He said rainbow. Oh, I don't want to. Okay, pick two colors, Soups. The two colors of the rainbow, and I'll do those. Okay. And again, you can pick from the blue, pink, green, purple.
Okay. Here she is. Okay. Oh, and this is the dirty down. Remember?
Oh yeah.
This is just more work than I wanted to do.
Thank you, Chapter Master Ballsack, giving us finishing himself off here.
Yeah, it's just
dropping the last.
Yeah. Like, this is okay. I just don't know that I want to do this on 60 models.
There, Meg said we have the dance.
Now we have to dance everywhere.
I know, that's how degrading.
I know.
Sorry, you were saying.
It's just not something I want to do on 60 models. I was really hoping I could get away with like an ink and...
Yeah, so you're doing the Dia de los Muertos masks.
Yeah,
which is probably what's taking the...
Well, that I'm okay with, actually. Spending time there and spending time with the flowers in the hair and stuff like that, I'm kind of okay with. What I'm more worried about is how long it's taking to do the robe, and I don't think it's coming out as smooth as it should be, so I just have to figure something out. And I might not end up... I kind of want it white, like a white and black army, with then the color pops from Dias de los Muertos. But I might just have to rely on the flowers for that, which is fine.
Yeah, I mean...
I don't know.
I like it, but I see what you're saying. Like, that's not... And it ends up not being that quick, right?
The big problem is the scarf. I mean, I don't see any way around the scarf. If I want it to be a different color, which I think I do, I don't see any. I mean, I'm gonna have to go in and brush that. That's not an airbrush thing. It's all tattered.
Yeah.
So you're never gonna airbrush.
I mean, you have a sorry. I know we're talking, so I'm like not painting here. I'll go back to front. I mean, you could do if you're willing to have a little bit of overspray.
I could clean a little bit of overspray up, right?
So, I mean, what if you were to do something like... You said you want black and white.
The hair is black. It's actually like raven hair. I do like a blue wash over the black a couple times, and it does... I'm happy with the way their hair is coming out. And I think I mostly want the robes to be white. Like whites and grays. And then the color comes from the festive... Dias de los Muertos stuff, but also Dread Saith Harridans are the only ones that have the flowers in their hair. Yeah, they're the biggest part of the army, but I just bought some Craven Throne Guard. Those are the guys with the crossbows.
Yeah, the new ones.
Yeah, the new ones.
Yeah, I mean, I think black and white is going to be hard for those. If you were to do something like excuse me,
just throwing up.
Yeah, sorry. I wanted to have lunch a second time. I mean, if you were to do something like blue to yellow ghosts, and then just over the you spray it yellow or you spray it blue, and then just kind of with a like your small airbrush, you were to paint like a yellow over the
top part.
Yeah, and it would turn it green, and you'd get this nice like melding of colors. You can do that, but like I think with black and white you're just gonna have to tough it out.
I might just be okay with that. I was thinking about adding some flowers to the rest of the army, like especially like, so all I've done so far is we've done Meg helping me with Lady O and some of these ladies, but it would be cool to take like some of the and we did the Kit Bash collab guy. But it would be cool to do.
You want to show them off?
Oh, it's okay. Well. Okay,
yeah, you might as well.
This is the custom Guardian of Souls dude. It would be cool. The dirty down like kind of supplies a color element, which I actually appreciate.
Kind of an orange.
It would be kind of interesting to add. Like I wanted to add like almost like a necklace of flowers on them, or like. Yeah, like they're all like they were at some kind of celebration. Yeah, when they decided when they all died, or I guess when they decided to go battle or whatever. I don't know. So I'll figure it out. But thanks, Chris. I appreciate it. I'm not necessarily saying that I'm not at least an okay painter. I'm not trying to do that like sympathy thing. I'm more so just wanting to be efficient. Yeah, and I kind of
a more efficient painter, yeah.
Yeah, and I am by trying to do more, I surprise.
Yeah, it turns out doing more takes more time.
Takes more time, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I don't see. Someone asked if we do any sculpting. We don't do a ton. We've done. I'll do a little bit. Like I've done capes. I've done fur is the big one. Adding fur to the tops of cloaks is really fun. Yeah. We did a little bit of sculpting for... Actually, Meg sculpted a whole model for the Kit Bash collab thing. Yeah. Which we were just talking about. So I would say not a ton, but occasionally we'll go like kind of hard into it.
I'll probably look... peeps are asking if I was going to try to add flowers to other parts of the army. Yes. And I might look online for 3D printed stuff. Little tiny roses and stuff like that, because I don't know if I really want to sculpt those. Yeah. Hey, should we do our segment?
We probably should do our segment. Let me finish this up.
Can you talk? Yeah, I can. I'll lead us through it. But can you talk a little bit about in the lead up to our segment? Well, actually, hold on. Let's rewind a second. What should I do next?
Okay.
Oh wait, I see one thing I should do next.
Yes.
Which is a better job on their kilts.
Yeah, some of them might need a second coat.
Well, it's not that. It's that you actually go in and paint the under part of the kilt.
Oh yeah, you got to paint the under part of the kilt.
And I don't. But now I will.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
There you go, Graham. Special for... Nothing's too good for our buddy Graham.
That's right.
He gets the underparts.
Even though I broke his fingers off.
He gets the underparts of his kilts painted on his basic troops.
I adjusted the lighting here, so it's a little bit. It should be a little bit more clear. It was a little washed out. All right. If you're done with that, I'm going to give you this Hextlichen, this purple, and you can start painting the the parts of their weapons, the handles of their weapons.
Yeah, I see where you're doing yours. Yeah.
All right. You wanted to do this thing, right?
Well, before we get to here, what we're going to do is I want to know. I've never really commissioned painted. The only thing I've ever done commissioned wise, hardly a commission. It's that before I did any on stream activity for Titans, I was supplying them terrain.
Yeah. And
they were paying me a rate kind of regularly for that, but also they would occasionally be like, hey, we want this, and then they would have to pay for that.
Yeah.
So it was terrain, and it was done, terrain one, very different. I'd honestly say probably easy, but also there are elements of terrain that are, I don't want to say harder. The terrain has a higher cost of material.
I think terrain is also a less, how do I put this? Not less in demand, you have less people doing it. There's not as many people doing terrain.
Both of those things are true.
Yeah.
It is less in demand. Less people were doing it. You also, to get it to look good, you have to know how to do terrain, but I think the skill ceiling on that is lower than being really good at painting models.
Yeah, that's probably fair, but I think there's also an element of making terrain.
Yeah,
and not just painting it, right?
Right. There's a number of things going on. Yeah, and some of that's not hard, like just pink foam work and stuff like that.
Yeah, if you don't have the tools for that,
pink foam work is one of those things that people are like, oh my god, I could never do that, and then you're like, actually, it's really easy.
Yeah,
you just take the first step. Anyway, the point with all this is I've struggled to imagine how anybody would when I paint an army. The fastest I ever painted an army Cire was in the middle of COVID. It was when I didn't want to. I realized everybody in Fault Line in our local club was starting to play Tau, and so I quit painting up in a Suriani army. I painted up in about 2 months, something like 3,000 points, ton of airbrush. Suriani take well to an airbrush, so it was a good army for that. And that felt like a lot of work, and I do remember kind of thinking wow, I've spent a lot of time here, doing this over the past couple months. How much would I have charged for this, right?
Yeah.
So we don't have to talk exact dollar amounts, and we won't in our segment either, but I do kind of want to get a sense from you, what makes you take a commission, what makes you not take a commission.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Like the stream.
Yes.
Like the stream.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that's what we're gonna talk about in the segment. I guess it depends. It depends on what I have on my plate. Right. Mm-hmm. It depends on how many commissions I'm working through and what other work I've got going on. Difficulty. I don't want to paint something super intricate, even if I ask a lot of money for it. The mental tax of it can be maybe too much. Super intricate models.
Sure. Okay. Mental tax of it. I like that. Yeah.
Something personally I don't like to do is I don't like to take commissions if I don't feel like I could do a good job on it. People, when you're commissioning people, you want to make sure that their style gels with you.
Yeah.
So if someone asks me to do, hey, I want you to do a commission, but I want you to do it super clean, non-metallic metal. I'm not going to say yes to that.
Because you don't do that.
I don't do that. And I don't think I could do a good enough job where I would feel comfortable charging for it.
Yeah. So, I couldn't do real grimy terrain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Okay.
Those are some basics. Let's
So we have a few people here in need of a commissioned army.
Okay.
And we're gonna they have no money to offer you.
Okay.
This is Sal the rat, famous Sal's from New Jersey. Sal wants 3,500 points of Skaven.
Okay.
He's willing to offer you 2 wheels of Parmesan Reggiano cheese. Now, before you balk at that, those are actually expensive.
Okay.
Okay. He's got 10 cases of Centro brand San Marzano style tomato sauce. How many cans are in a case of Centro brand? It's 36. These are the big ones. These are 10.5 ounces.
So 360 cans of
3,600 ounces of tomato sauce.
Okay.
Okay, and then 12 large tins. These are the big oval ones of sardines in olive oil.
Okay. Sardines? I know sardines aren't cheap.
Yeah, none of this stuff is really that cheap.
No.
The question is, and the important thing is, Sal doesn't want you to know how I got any of this stuff.
Right. Yeah.
So no questions asked is also part of the deal. No questions asked. Are you taking this commission?
I mean, okay, so I could probably flip all that stuff.
Do you like Parmesan cheese?
I love Parmesan cheese.
Yeah.
Listen, I could probably flip all this stuff.
You could flip 1 wheel Parmesan cheese. I think you probably want to keep 1 though. It lasts forever.
See, okay, so there's two.
Do you like me chiming in, ask you a question, and then chiming in, and trying to get you to keep one of the wheels?
No, seriously, you want this cheese.
One of the wheels of cheese for sure.
All right, look, so I can sell all of this stuff to Zach apparently. Make a pretty.
I can't afford a wheel of Parmesan Reggiano.
Yeah, how big is a wheel?
It's huge. Let's look it up. How much is a wheel of Parmesan Reggiano?
How much is a wheel of...
And it has different gradings.
Okay, but I don't know this. He's just gonna offer it to me.
He's gonna you don't know.
Wheel of what is it?
Parmesan.
Parmigiano. That's how you spell it.
That's
Google.
That's kind of how you spell it if you're actually Italian. All right. $3,000.
Oh my god!
There's $600. There's a $3,000 wheel.
It's kind of all over the place.
It's a lot, but none of them are cheap. There's no $19 wheel.
Listen, if he is giving me two $3,000 wheels of cheese,
I'm taking it. Here's the thing: can you flip it? Who are you going to flip?
That's a good.
Who are you going to flip? Look at these. Let's say
should we share this with chat?
Let's see. There's
Williams at Sonoma.
Williams at Sonoma is of course the Williams at Sonoma one is 3,000.
Hold on, we're gonna where's browser? Oh my god, there's so many things. Challenges.
I don't think it's called browser in this one.
I think it's called. Hold on,
there it is. It's browse.
It's not gonna show this because we have to point it to. Hold on, chat.
Oh, I see.
This is insane.
Yeah, no, this is no joke. You heard me when I was making this up. I said it's going to be kind of silly, but I also want you to have to think about it.
We're not kidding.
Yeah, so there's full wheel of Parmesan Reggiano cheese.
3,000. You see it?
Yeah, no joke.
All right. Okay. So here's the problem. This is like if a guy rolls up to me and says, "Hey, I got these speakers. Do you want to buy them?"
The thing is, Sal said no questions asked, so that's a big part of the deal. And Sal's got that. You see him. You meet in the park. He's got
in a public area.
He's got the Skaven, and he says, "Come on back. Look in the trunk." You open the trunk. There's a baseball bat in there, sure, but there's also the cheese, the tomatoes, and the sardines. And he's like, just paint these Skaven. Now look, that's a lot of clan rats.
That's a lot of clan rats.
That's 80 we're going to say 80 clan rats. 80 clan rats. Gutter runners. It's a lot of infantry. It's like it's like 2 screaming bells. Some warp.
Here's the
warp
question.
Lightning guns. Yeah.
Is this an offer I can refuse?
I don't think, I think Sal's not, this is not where Sal wants to cause a problem. Like he needs to keep a low profile.
Okay.
Anyone I've ever known like Sal, which I do have a real story about.
Oh, God.
When I grew up working in a mom and pop pizza shop.
Can we talk about that after?
I mean, this is exactly the type of thing that happened at the mom and pop pizza shop I worked at, like right in front of me. And yeah, like a guy that looked just like Sal would come in and be like offering Joe Messina, the guy who ran the mom and pop pizza shop from Italy, exactly this type of thing. Right?
All right. I'm taking
But
it.
they keep it's a low profile. He can't cause problems for you.
Okay. I think I'm taking this. I know there's a local restaurant near me called Chez Panisse.
Yeah, you think?
I think they would. I think we could run
flip it.
I think
food service people. We have a lot of food service people in here. If food service people can find a good deal, they'll find a good deal. So okay, all right. I like this.
I got it.
So you're
taking the deal, Sal.
You're taking Sal.
Pleasure doing
Sal,
business with you.
Sal, you're painting up the skin. Okay, next
up.
Next up is Rodney. Okay. Do you know anything about? Have you ever known a truck driver, long haul truck driver? You ever know any?
Yes, actually.
Rodney's a long haul truck driver.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you know this, but sometimes when long haul truck drivers, when the stuff in their truck has any problems at all,
they get to keep it.
They get to keep it.
Yeah.
Okay. So Rodney's got some stuff. So this is not illegal. Not that Sal's was illegal. According to
It wasn't.
Yeah, it was an opportunity that he seized, right? Rodney wants some Imperial Knights. Okay. He wants 4 big knights and 5 small knights. Okay, now Rodney has 12 gallons of Windex.
Okay.
24 family-sized bottles of Tide. 24 rolls of Bounty. That's paper towels, the good paper towels.
Okay.
Too. And 20 Swiffer sets. Now, Swiffer set, so you know, comes with the Swiffer handle, the mop head, and then a starter pack to get you going. I think it's like a I don't know how many Swiffers are in the set, but it's like 12 at least. So you're Swiffering 12 times. Okay, so are you painting this many knights for all that Windex and all that Tide?
Listen, if we go back into lockdown, do you know how much 64 rolls of Bounty is going to run? If I decide to flip them.
And
Tide. Windex.
And Tide.
And Tide, actually.
The Swiffers are like, the Swiffers are a bonus. Like, the Swiffers are, you don't need 20 Swiffers. Really, you need the Swiffer replacement heads. Yeah. So you can Swiffer, but you don't need 20 poles. But you can give them to friends.
That's true.
Yeah.
Listen, Rodney, I appreciate the offer. I think I'm gonna have to say no.
You're passing on Rodney. Passing on Rodney. It's 9 models. It's 9.
Yes, but what am I gonna do? First of all, I don't know where to keep all this stuff.
I was wondering. I was gonna bring it up. The Bounty. The Tide. I mean, family-sized bottles of Tide.
That's a lot of Tide.
This is Tide. You're not buying laundry detergent for 5 years.
No, exactly. Well, that's true.
No, maybe 10.
Yeah, this is. I think I could probably convince some food service people. To buy my sketchy products. Yeah. I don't think it's gonna happen.
No one's buying.
No janitor's in the right mind would buy 64 rolls of Bounty from me.
No, it's just like go up. You could go to and everybody has a source, right? Like you can't go up to your a local elementary school.
Yeah, exactly.
And be like, hey, I have 64 rolls of Bounty. You guys want? They're gonna make no. We buy all of our stuff from that Cisco company.
Yeah.
And blah, blah.
I mean, maybe they could hit up Molly Maid or something, but they probably have their own supply chain too.
They probably have their own supply chain. Yeah, maybe a mom and pop, just just when you see little things for maids starting their own maid service. Maybe that.
Yeah, but then how much of a discount am I having to run, you know?
How much of a discount, and...
Also, this is a lot of time to do all this and set this up.
This is a lot of work. But again, it's just 9 models.
It's not a ton.
Meg says you could open up a small Amazon shop, but then you're
packing that's a second job.
You're packing Tide. While you're painting Rodney's knights, you're packing up bottles of Tide and sending them out to the 4 corners of the planet.
All right, sorry, Rodney. I'm gonna have to pass.
Oh, I didn't. It says Sal has, but those are actually Rodney's things.
Okay. Sal is also supplying.
I might have kept Sal has on the next one too. I forgot. Oh no. Okay. This is Casey.
Okay.
Casey wants 2,500 points of Black Templar. Infantry heavy. Unfortunately, it is Black Templar. This is what she's got. She's got a $45 Amazon gift card. That's as good as cash.
Okay.
Okay. She's got a $60 gift card to Pinkberry. That's as good as cash at Pinkberry.
At Pinkberry, which we don't have around here.
And she's got an exciting opportunity for you in the field of direct-to-consumer products. Oh. You can be your own boss. You can set your own hours. You can be part of a dynamic team. You see, she's got the bottle there. She wants to help you out. She wants to... The thing is, with Casey, is right out of the gate, it's not a lot. It's barely over $100.
But there's I feel like there's an opportunity to grow here.
Yeah, definitely. And it's only $60 at Pinkberry, but that's like
That's at least 6 shakes.
I don't even know what they have at Pinkberry. It's frozen yogurt, right?
Yeah.
They have shakes.
Oh, yeah, you're
they
right.
probably have a shake. They probably do a frozen yogurt shake. So, are you take, and it is infantry heavy, but it's only 2,500 points.
2,500 points isn't that much.
It's not that much.
Yeah. Casey, let's see. I do appreciate the opportunity. It does sound like there's a lot of potential for growth.
Yeah.
Potential. But I'm already my own boss if I'm taking this commission. So
yeah. Well, yeah, but Casey's going to point out, is this what you want to be doing? Is this really what you want to be doing? As she's commissioning you. Casey's also going to point out, is this really what you want to be doing for your life? And, or do you want to be part of Casey's downline? She won't phrase it that way, but that's
no, of course not. That's what she. I'm gonna have to, Casey. I think I'm gonna have to pass.
All right.
I already took a commission from Sal, and I don't.
You're
think
taking Sal's commission.
He doesn't seem like the type of guy who wants to wait.
But the thing about Casey is that you can come back to Casey at any time.
Oh, I'm sure.
Sal, you're right. Sal's moving. Like, he's not. If you say no, that's it. It's one and done. Rodney.
Look, there's a chance. Look, there's a non-zero chance that Sal ends up missing. I can just keep the Skaven and the cheese.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, no questions asked is the catch here.
Yeah,
though.
so I don't have to ask him. When do you need it by?
Yeah, well,
I will have it done.
You don't want to.
You don't want to.
You don't want to mess around. You want to be pretty quick.
Play with fire with that.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
that's good. 1 out of 3 commissions. That's actually probably not pretty accurate.
Take 1 out of 3. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of commissions I've denied. There was someone who asked me to paint.
Actually, very interesting to hear this.
Someone asked me to paint a full Sisters army, Sisters of Battle.
Okay.
Infantry heavy.
Yeah.
White armor. White armor with red robes.
Would have been cool.
Very rich red robes.
Were they like, yeah? So like right out of the gate, are they like? Do they feel? Feel like they were aware of what they were asking, and did they seem to be offering an amount of money that was commensurate with that? Like,
well, so I told them how much I would charge for that because like this is very expensive. Like, wow, that's like way more expensive than I thought it would be. Because they'd never commissioned someone before.
Yeah.
It's like, the reason I would charge you this much is because it would take me half a year to paint it if I paint every day the amount of stuff you're asking to the quality you want.
I think for me, that's kind of part of the problem is like, and you could say, oh, the Bay Area is particularly expensive, so it causes a problem here. But like, at the end of the day, you have to kind of be like, well, listen, if this is what I would be doing, I'd be sitting here doing this
as a full-time job.
As a full-time job. Now, where do I think that where do I think I should be? Like, and part of the problem is if we set low prices, we're all kind of saying to ourselves and each other that, hey, we frankly, and this is a greater societal problem in general, right? But we're saying like, hey, look, if I work out how long this is going to pay me and it comes in under minimum wage at an hourly rate, what am I really saying about myself in this field,
exactly.
right? And, okay, what are the perks? Okay, the perks are I work from home, I'm my own boss, I'm theoretically doing something I like, but honestly, nobody likes painting that much that long all the time.
No.
Right? And you get this cool army, here it is, and then you give it away. So, we have commission painters, fans, and Broken Chef does a ton. That's what he does, right? That's his thing. You're kind of having to set a price and say, how much money do I need to make a month?
Yeah.
And then that really gets reflected into your customers. I mean, that's what you come at them with, right? So if you felt like a Sisters of Battle commission was going to take you 6 months, I mean, in the Bay Area, again, without getting tacky about money, like,
you have to charge a lot.
You really do, right? And I mean, you can't. Yeah, like I'm trying to think. You'd have to charge. I mean, you'd have to charge over $10,000 for that.
Yeah. So I mean, sorry. I know we're. I'm gonna get on my soapbox here. If you're a commission painter, don't undersell yourself, because people Well, definitely try.
Yeah, well, the problem is like if you've ever done any kind of commission work, anything like that,
Yeah.
there comes a point where it takes too long for you to complete it, and you realize that it was not worth it, and you're like, wow, I'm kind of working for free now.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
that amount of money, was what I needed for this long, but I'm actually now doing it for this long. Yeah.
Don't undercut yourself. Know your worth.
Yeah.
Because people will take advantage of that for sure.
In some cases, like Sal, his money's tied up in real estate, just like other places. So
other people's real estate, yeah.
Other people, yeah. So, you end up with wheels of cheese.
All right. Right now, I'm highlighting some of these tongues. Oh, that's my arm. That's my wet palette. I'm highlighting the top of their tongues right now to be a little bit lighter purple. They're very dark currently. Here, I'll show you. Yeah, we're bringing it up a little bit. We'll highlight it probably one more, or layer up one more layer. It's not in focus, but you can see the color difference. This is the highlighted one. All right. You all good with the? Are you doing the purples or are you doing the
purples? Okay. Yeah.
All right. We're gonna hit the top.
Yeah, it's How many of these guys total are there?
I believe there are 20.
That's it?
Yeah. And then 10 Jade Obelisk.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then 20 Pink Horrors and then Lord of Change. Which I still need to build.
Wait, that's the whole army? No.
That's just this commission.
Oh, okay. Is he doing more?
Potentially.
Okay.
I think this is just the first.
Oh, one Lord of Change, you said?
Yeah. One Lord Change.
One Lord Change. How many pink cars?
20? I think no, sorry. I think it's 20 right now.
Any blue?
Not currently.
Because you know how they work in Sigmar.
Yeah, they explode.
Yeah.
Into little guys.
Yeah. The blue and then the brimstone.
Oh, it's blue and then brimstone?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. You knew that they were going to be ridiculous in Sigmar.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever ridiculousness 40K is like, we got to step away from that. Sigmar is like, oh, no.
Oh, no. Lean into it.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what people are talking about.
You can wipe them all out in one go, though. Like, I forget how it works.
Alex says, have you ever done a commission where you were really sad to let go of? I can't even imagine selling off one of my armies. Honestly, I'm so sick of models by the time when I'm commissioning them. Mm-hmm. I'm glad to see them gone.
Yeah.
So, oh man, those world eaters I did for Titans, I never want to see those models again.
Yeah.
Never again. Yeah. Dark Angels were okay, but no.
That was a fast turnaround too.
Yeah, that was.
So it makes your life miserable for.
Yeah, it was awful.
Basically, you basically like for a fast turnaround project, your life is just miserable for a while.
Yeah, 16-hour days of painting.
You're at home, which is nice, but you're not driving around. You're not commuting.
Not seeing the sun.
But you're also not. Yeah, you're just like that's what you do, and in some ways it's worse. Like. With like a loved one because like they come home and you're there but you really can't do anything.
Yeah.
Like, hey, want to go out? No, I can't.
We can stop for dinner, but
yeah,
it's got to be a quick one.
Yeah, it kind of really going into something like that can actually be kind of it almost in some ways would be better if you were at an office.
Yeah,
for the 16 hours.
All right. Let me clean this up a little bit. There we go. So, top of the tongue looks like that. Bottom of the tongue is still very dark. And the bottom of the model is very blue, as you can see. I think it feels very demonic to have this like kind of crazy contrast between the two. Yeah.
I guess that's kind of something like... I guess that's what I wanted a little bit more, but, I chose black and white.
Yeah, it's a little bit harder to do that.
I could go back and hit the underside of them with a color. I don't know. Could be interesting. Like an ink. Like I could do all white underneath them and then hit it with an ink, like purple or dark blue or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think what's so great about these is that you get that mixing. Right, because it's just the pink on top of the blue, but you
It
get
makes
that purple
purple.
Mid-tone.
Right.
So, I don't know. You'd have to find colors that work well. And that's kind of hard with white, because white is
Well, that
generally full opacity.
Right, but that would be no. I'm saying like if I so if I hit them with white just to put white underneath of them,
Yeah.
and then did a dark ink
On top?
no underneath.
Oh, yeah.
Then some of that ink would work its way up to the sides and
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
and I would get a little bit of shading there that way. I think if I did it.
Oh, sorry, this is a lot of focus. My bad. Which cat is in the room? Is Joplin?
It is Joplin.
Joplin. Hey, what's up, everyone? Has anyone made a pink that's in the middle of splitting? Ooh.
Oh,
No.
that'd be a cool model.
No, you should... Alex? Get on it.
That'd be a cool model.
You were talking about green stuff and putty and stuff, so... that sounds like the perfect project for it.
Making splitting into two blues.
Yeah. Oh my gosh,
I'll let
Joplin.
I'll let him out.
Okay.
Joplin, you want to head out?
Joplin's... Yeah, I'm gonna head out.
Okay, I actually want to see how the pink horror rule works exactly.
Okay.
Like I said, I have not played against the new book. I feel like if you just kill them, they're gone. All right, let's see.
How do the summoning rules work now? I actually don't know how they work in Cire. Do you need to? Is it like you still set aside points?
No.
I was gonna say
No.
That's the thing that always put me off from
Summoning.
It's like, why don't I just put the model in the army? Then?
Right. No, Bradley summoned a 400-point model in our game on Monday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I must have
The
missed that.
giant rat, the screech rat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. You have to say that pink horrors will either have the split and split again ability or the petty vengeance ability.
Uh-huh.
Cannot have both. Let's see what petty vengeance is.
I'm guessing that's like a shoot on death or something.
If it's slain, you can pick one enemy unit within 3 and roll a die. If it's equal to or greater than the petty vengeance roll for the slain model, that enemy suffers
D3 probably, right?
1 mortal wound.
Yeah, okay.
Petty vengeance roll. I still don't get this.
So you roll to see...
This unit has a lot of rules. Okay. All right, let me see. They split? Okay. Horrors that flee cannot split and split again. Okay, let's see. Each time in... All right, first of all, there are 4 types of horrors.
So it's pink, blue, brimstone, and...
Iridescent.
Which
seem like the biggest ones.
Oh, wow. So bigger than a pink?
Yeah.
Interesting. Is that like a single type model?
I don't know what that is.
That'd be kind of interesting.
They for a 1 wound model, I will say they are costed to
with you splitting in mind.
Yeah, they're 260 points for 10 models. That's witch elves are. That's actually pretty much what witch elves are for 20.
Yeesh.
And witch elves, they're fragile, but they they pick up about anything in the
Iridescent is the unit champ. Come on, Zach.
Oh, it's a unit champ. Okay, all right.
Do you know what they should have? Like a small unit, like a 3-man
of iridescent ones. Yeah,
yeah,
cool.
or what? Okay, what's the 4th or 5th color? Would it be like green horrors? No. Yeah, I guess iridescent horrors is the thing, but
yeah,
that would be interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Each time an iridescent horror or pink horror in this unit is slain, it does not count as having been slain, but you must immediately remove it from play and replace it with 2 blue horrors that are added to this unit. Each time a blue horror is slain, you replace it with 1 brimstone horror, because on the base there are 2 little brimstones. And they all kind of have the same weapon, which is 4s and 4s again, and then they have a shooting attack. That is 5s and 4s, no rend, and 3 attacks. They look interesting. I still don't exactly understand how this unit works, though. Oh, I see. You can, when you buy them, you can choose which type of horror you want.
Oh, interesting.
Fascinating. I'm not sure why you wouldn't pick. Interesting. Anyway, still don't know exactly how it works. Looks wild. Looks fun. Tzeentch feels like I don't know why I think I don't know if I was about to say it's true. I was gonna say Tzeentch kind of feels like mixing mortals and demons is like the coolest.
Yeah.
Compared to the other gods in Sigmar anyway, like the armies, but I'm not sure if that's actually true, if I truly believe that.
Does Nurgle have mortals? Yeah, they must.
Yeah, they do. They do. Okay. Their mortals look the least like, they look almost like demons though.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Like I think Sloppy Bowpiper?
No, he's not a mortal.
No, it's the big guys. It's the big guys.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know. They have like
their mortals aren't like don't look like normal like a lot of these guys look like kind of like normal humans.
Yeah.
Their mortals are like they're like
they're huge
slaves
guys.
to darkness type guys. Yeah. Okay. I think I have the purple done.
Okay.
I did miss a turquoise leg armor bracer thing here though. So
Sorry.
what do I do? Do I do something? Oh, we should close our poll.
Yeah.
Let's close our poll in a couple minutes, folks.
Yeah. Do the participate in the poll. It's important. Do it.
Do the poll.
Do it. I'm just doing a little bit of wet blending on the tongue here. Just trying to get a little bit of a fade here.
This leader guy has a bird.
He does. I haven't decided. I think Soup said do it blue and yellow, so I can get a little bit of green in there.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
It's like I need to fix this blend a little bit, but this is what I'm thinking. I'm not actually like super jazzed about it. I might just make it 2 parts of this one color instead of doing a straight, like trying to blend it.
I see.
Let's do.
Oh, they also no one points out they also have the Rotmeyer Creed, which is one of the Warcry bands.
Yeah, that one's super cool. That's what they're all like though. They're all about that size, right?
Rotmeyer Creed are little normal humans.
Oh.
They're kind of small. They're like these. Although these guys are pretty ripped.
Yeah.
Which I guess is like partially a chaos thing, right?
Yeah, everyone gets jacked, even the nerds.
Yeah.
All right, this is clogged.
No, Rotmeyer Creed look pretty normal. The other ones are Blight Kings, they're called.
Yeah, Blight Kings. Those are cool. Those are actually really cool.
They're like big space marines almost, kind of.
Yeah, size. Okay, actually, I don't know why I did that. I need to double up on this. Once you're done with that, maybe I might have you. Do you have a precise dry brush you can use?
Kind of, yeah.
I might have you dry brush the next color in the same areas.
I have the Chronicle RPG set, so there's some small ones in there.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, so that was too much of a jump from the previous color, so.
Oh, I see.
Too much of a jump to try and blend out over 20 models, so I'm just going to do 2 parts of the previous color.
Now, can I ask you, would you ever commission an army from someone?
Maybe. It depends. Oh, my stomach is growling.
Someone's ready for some industrial strength margarita.
That's right. Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, it would. I guess it's like I don't know what I would want to do. Like who would I? Well, if I could get someone like El Miniaturista to do it, then like yes, of course I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And it was like I could afford it.
Mm-hmm.
Then yes, probably. But I don't even know what I like. It's like I kind of just want to do it myself, also.
Same. That's my issue. Is I don't know how I could feel when I'm like at a table and someone's like, "Oh wow, beautifully painted army, man,"
Yeah,
and I'm like, "I didn't paint it."
Yeah, I would rather spend that money on getting like lessons from El Miniaturista or something. You know, I'd rather get taught by that person than have them paint my army for me.
Right. All right, let's see what I got here. Let's get out my Chronicle RPG. dry brushes.
Yeah.
How precise are we talking? What is it that I'm going to be doing?
So I want you to dry brush the
Lighter blue?
No, I want you to dry brush the handles.
The purple handles?
Yes.
Ooh, okay.
Is that too? It might be a little too.
No, I can do it. But some of them it's very easy, and on other ones.
So if you can't get to it, don't bother. I'll just go with a brush.
You just do it with brush. Yeah, some of them, because some of them are just holding a sword handle, but some of them are it's like pole arms and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like either doable or it's not.
Or not at all. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that.
All right. All right, we're gonna close the poll. I'm curious what people said.
What other animal?
Okay, Tzeentch can no longer be a bird associated with birds. He is now associated with... Oh, where'd it go? Axolotls. Okay.
Axolotls, yeah. And then followed up by the North American pine marten. I thought people would pick lizard or beetle.
Honestly, beetle's probably the most obvious answer.
Turns out if you give jackass options, you get jackass results.
Yeah, people just choose the... Come on, people. These are serious.
These are serious. We wanted you guys to take it serious. In all serious, I don't know. I feel like a lizard could be a Tzeentch thing.
Yeah.
It's birds because I remember this came up like some other time, maybe back at Hobby Times, and I think it might have been Soup pointing out, or somebody, that birds have like kind of a historical relationship with like
knowledge, right? I think like owl.
Or omens and omens and mystical, like, you know, at sea they mean something if you see a bird, and
Yeah, I mean, you got like but I think crows would be like Nurgle, right? So that's a bird.
Crows are Nurgle? No, crows.
No, they're not, but I'm saying a bird. I don't think that necessarily a
like
bird is
carrying,
like you.
They eat okay.
I think there's
I guess
not
vulture.
Almost
more. Yeah, crows are smart. I guess I think of crows as like a smart bird.
Yeah,
but they are scavengers.
Yeah, so I guess they could be either.
Yeah. By the way, what color am I dry brushing these?
You're gonna grab this one. Yeah. Okay. Actually, there's a blue violet. I would actually. It's not quite.
Yeah.
I think you also have this color.
Oh yeah, it's a good color.
Can you see which one is more saturated? I think it's the blue violet.
Okay, yeah. From here it looks like that, but let's see.
They're like pretty similar. They're like surprisingly similar. Okay, yeah. Do the blue violet.
Blue violet. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah. Pine martens are proper agents of chaos.
Yeah, pine marten, definitely, yeah.
I mean, like an octopus would also be like the perfect Tzeentch.
Yeah, kind
of, right? Because it's very intelligent and it's like can change shape and
change color.
Squirt sing, yeah.
They're kind of like chameleons. They're kind of like one of those animals that like chameleons or platypus, where like once like you start going down this road of I'll do some weird things, it seems to be like your evolution is just like I'll just do a bunch of weird things.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do everything weird.
And like there seems to be like normal animals, like the cat family, the dog family, all ungulates.
Yeah,
and then there's like normal lizards.
Yeah,
and then there's like chameleons.
Yeah, there's like I'm just gonna change colors.
I'll shoot a tongue.
Yeah,
I'll have the weirdest hands. My eyes will be weird. Yeah, and I'll be able to change color. Like it's just wild. It's like out of nowhere we'll just like. It's kind of like evolution just gives up or something on them, and it's just like I always kind of wonder how that happens. Like, what causes it to suddenly just start doing all the weird things?
Well, it's the environment. When it's like
I guess
the jungle's much more dangerous than.
But there are like normal lizards in the jungle who don't have like even one of those features, right? Or sometimes they do. Like I think like geckos shoot their tongue out a little bit, right? Or something. Yeah. But like. I guess change color a little. I don't know. I feel like
they make up for in other ways, like just breeding a ton.
Oh, that's true. Right? Also, yeah. You know what? It's actually not hard to get the sword handles, because I'm assuming it's okay if I hit this with the driver.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're not going to keep the skin tone.
No, that's going to end up being gold or silver.
Silver is kind of like the Tzeentch thing, huh?
Oh yeah, 8 armor. Dang it.
What?
Octopus could also be corn because of the 8 arms. Well, wait, hold on. They also have a beak, though. So we're coming back to the bird stuff.
They do have a
for
beak.
Tzeentch.
They do have a beak.
They don't feel very... They're like... Octopus definitively not Nurgle.
It feels Tzeentchian to me.
Feels
yeah,
Tzeentchian.
for sure.
Maybe Slaaneshi.
Yeah.
It's a little, like, gross and wiggly and weird.
Yeah. I think
we should just come up with new animals for all these. We need what's the alternate costume? You know, when you're in a fighting game, like if you both pick Liu Kang, one of them's like Liu Kang with yellow pants.
Oh yeah.
What's the alternate model animal for each Tzeentch?
Well, some animals don't even have some. I mean, like most of them don't even have one animal, right?
I think they all have an animal.
Do they?
Yeah.
What's corn?
Dogs, hounds.
Oh yeah, there's like dogs.
Also minotaurs. Weirdly, like
okay. What about Slaanesh? What?
Also like cows.
Slaanesh has cows?
Yeah, like look at a Slangor is like kind of like a cow-ish. Also like what's her Shalaxi Hellbane and the Greater Demons, like they have like cow-like features.
Okay. Oh, and they also have claws, crab claws.
Crab claws as well. Anteaters because of the Seekers of Slaanesh.
Yeah, okay.
Things with wiggly tongues are...
Yeah. Okay. Nurgle?
Flies. Flies.
Yeah.
Flies, frogs, or toads.
Frogs? Toads?
Toads, yeah. Definitely toads.
Where's toads come from?
Toads? Actually, I think those are legends
Cite
now.
your work. Cite your work.
Toads?
Right?
Okay. Hold on. I'll do it. Toads. I'm not wrong. I'm not making that up.
I believe you. I just am curious. I believe you. I don't know where it is.
Nurgle toads.
Oh, they just
Plague
have
toads.
Little actual model. Okay,
Yeah,
wow.
Plague toads.
Fascinating. I feel like
And snails.
snails. Oh, that snails.
Porticlux slimux.
Oh yeah, snails are kind of famous disease vectors, so that sort of makes sense.
Weirdly, it should be rats, but they have Skaven, right? So
Yeah, mosquitoes.
Yeah.
Would also be good for Nurgle. Vultures.
Vultures, yeah. Any carrion. Sorry, this chat. Do you guys want to see these Nurgle toads? I guess I can show you. I think these are like legends now, though. I don't think they.
Or people probably use them for Beasts of Chaos, Beasts of Nurgle.
Yeah. So like. See, like, hey, whoever this is, we're looking at your stuff. Yeah. See, big. Toady.
Those are cool.
Yeah, they're sick, but I think they are legends. They're not. They don't use.
You could paint those so fast too.
Oh yeah. That's
oh
a
my
quick
gosh.
dry brush.
That's wow. What's ZL? Polish? Don't they use the euro?
ZL.
It's Eastern.
Zloty.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that is Polish.
They don't use the euro, though.
Maybe they're one of those that still use both.
Okay.
Yeah. So we've got Nurgle. Mm-hmm. So yeah, what's the alternate? What's one that they don't have? That because they already have a bunch. They have flies, toads. I guess you said vultures.
Vultures would be cool.
Vultures.
Or mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes, honestly, yeah, mosquitoes pretty good. Okay.
Mosquitoes are like when they have these charts of like how many people get killed by each animal every year. Like
it's off the
It's pretty much like rookie numbers until you get to a mosquito, and then it's like a U.S. like a mid-sized U.S. state's worth of people a year.
Yeah. Okay, I feel like corn is the hard one.
I mean, dogs. What other animals are just like absolutely brutal? Pine marten, really.
Little weasels, badgers,
and yeah, that's all the same family. That whole family of animals is just nuts.
Yeah. So yeah, badger would be good.
What about Tasmanian devil, but specifically the Looney Tunes?
The Looney Tunes who spins around. It's a little tornado.
They should make a corn unit like that. Like
just spins around
mid tornado, like little demon hands coming out.
Wow, it has a little cloud.
Yeah, it's a little tornado. Yeah. All right, what did I do? I think I did these.
You did them all.
Yeah.
Well, you're just going too quickly.
yeah, and this starts. You're like, I want you to repaint the shields.
Okay.
A different color.
All right.
You start making things up for me to do.
Do they have any of them have feathers on them?
Yeah, some.
Can you paint them Vallejo blue-green?
Yes. Several have feathers. Yeah.
So I think I'm going to do these. Here, maybe I'll show some while you're getting that on your palette. So these have some of these have little.
Sorry.
That's fine. People love it. It's got these feathers. Yeah, we're painting messy here because it's all gonna get cleaned up. I'm gonna ask you to paint these blue green, and then I'm going to precisely spray some yellow on the tips.
Got it.
And it'll end up being
I love it.
Green. These also have some feathers on them. Right here. Same deal. Some bust out the infinity.
Yeah.
Super small needle dry brush. And hey, look, this guy's already doing the horns. Look.
How much do you... Yeah, I like it. Yeah, so see, you're good.
See?
How much do you... I feel like whenever I airbrush, I feel like the bigger my airbrush is, the more percentage of my airbrush usage it gets.
Yes.
I feel like I use my infinity, or the infinity. Megan and I have an infinity. It's, I guess, hers, but I use it. I feel like I use it like 10% of the time I airbrush.
Yeah, it's definitely not as it's not a workhorse. It's a precision piece.
Yeah.
Oops, I'm completely off screen.
I will say I think to some degree my Sotar usage over Patriot usage I think has gone up.
Okay.
But I'm still pretty certain I mostly use the Patriot. And of course, like no duh, right? Because that's how I prime and base coat, right?
Yeah.
And terrain and stuff. But I don't feel the infinity. I kind of sometimes struggle to get. I think one of the things I've wanted to do in the past year, and I think I have gone better is my brushwork game.
Yeah.
And I think in a way, as I've started to feel a little bit better with brushwork,
you feel less reliant.
I use the infinity. The infinity has been in a way like the first thing to go.
Yeah.
I'm almost now like airbrushes are historically they're like, oh, my work will just look better with an airbrush.
Yeah. But
as I've like tried out different paint lines and start to realize what paints are look good and how I can make sure my paint looks smooth when it goes on and blah blah blah, I'm starting to realize that like the infinity. I guess the last time I really feel like I got great use out of the infinity, I did Meg Zombies.
Yeah.
And was going in and doing their like clothes.
Oh wow.
We kind of did all their skin.
Yeah. And
then we went and did their clothes. And then, you got such a small amount of overspray onto the clothes that then I think I cleaned it up basically with like the shade that I was going to add.
Right.
In the border between the clothes and the skin anyway. Kind of cleaned it up.
Yeah, so it's still like semi-precise work, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I sort of, but I guess my point is like, I really don't feel like I have a lot of uses for the infinity. Like I'm not going back to it. I'm not like picking it up all the time and using it. Anytime there would be like, if I had a unit, like I could try to do the shoal on these Night Haunt with it. Mm-hmm. And I probably would if it wasn't for the fact that it had the tattered kind of element to it.
Yeah.
Like if it was a shoal that was like nice and smooth and rounded, like you might see like on a Knight or something like that, then I would probably do it.
But yeah, it does. You don't benefit from the smooth blends and
the tatters are just making it like there's no airbrush that's small.
Yeah.
That puts out a spray that pattern that small that can just go right down a tatter, like a torn shredded cloth, right?
Right.
So I'm gonna do it with a brush. Frankly, it's gonna be easier with a brush. So I guess I don't know how often, Cire, do you feel like your other is a Eclipse?
Yes, Iwata Eclipse.
So you're between an Iwata Eclipse and a Cire and a Infinity.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think like your use ratio is on that?
Oh, it's like 90%.
90% eclipse.
Maybe even more.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's like it's like very specific use cases for
like what you just said is what made me think about that. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like very specific to just
I mean, I could probably
you
even
do
use
this with an eclipse. That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
A lot of these feathers are so far away from the body.
Yeah.
That it almost is like it's going to be like most of the paint's going to end up on an index card or your finger or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Like, this one guy has some on his. I mean, I the way I guess I don't know how you would do is a lot of these I'd slide just like this, like on his like kilt. I just would slide an index card in between those and just do it real quick, right? Like I feel like even that it doesn't even matter. Like I could use the Patriot at that point.
Okay, but you know where you do absolutely where it does a lot of work?
Faces?
OSL.
Oh, so
yeah.
Okay.
If you need like a very small area around something to
be sure.
Put a little bit of white on it.
Yeah.
That small little airbrush is going to help a ton.
I think the other place, like I just said, faces. That's another area where I have used them.
Yeah.
Certain models are like mostly armor, but their face is showing or something like that.
Yeah.
I feel like I have been able to, kind of get in early, and hit faces.
Yeah.
And knowing that a little bit of brush is going to have to go over and there's going to have to be brush work like afterwards.
Yeah. It's not a replacement for brush work.
But then again, I kind of feel like if I did that with a Sotar, it would just be it'd be a little bit more cleanup.
Yeah. I feel like with that, it's like, yeah, you could probably get away with the bigger needle airbrush, but
yeah,
like, I mean, when you're talking about commission work, like that time adds up real fast, right? That little extra bit of cleanup can be the difference between, you're getting paid $20 an hour versus $15.
That's it, right? That's
you gotta maximize efficiency of time.
Bryce, lab mandrill for 6 months. We know this guy.
Yeah, what's up, Bryce?
Bryce says, "Wow, Zach doesn't even know his geckos. Chameleons are part of the iguana family." Yeah, they look like it. Like they have that same kind of scaly pattern that iguanas have.
This guy doesn't know.
And like they have like the they have like the kind of the middle part of their body is like their rib cage is kind of wide, like rounded and wide. I feel like. Bryce is Bryce. You have a gecko, right? I know you painted Tyranids like your geckos, but.
Speaking of Bryce.
Well, Brett, my Infinity is the CR plus. It does not have the same as a Sotar. I think. At least I don't think so. I think the Sotar is 2 something and the Infinity is 1 something. At least the one we have, it's like.
Are you talking about the needle sizes?
Yeah.
I think my Iwata is
3.5?
3.5 or 4.
Okay. Yeah.
And then the Infinity that I think we have the same one. I think it's 0.15.
Right. I think it's 0.15 is the CR plus.
Yeah.
And then I think the Sotar is 0.25.
Okay.
I'm not entirely sure that these Sotars are 2.2. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe that's yet another reason that I have not really felt like I've
needed.
Yeah, I definitely feel like when I was doing the zombies, I definitely feel like I was like, wow, this is exactly the right tool for this.
Right.
And it was 40 zombies and it was a lot, and to just go through them was pretty great. And I can't remember if I tried to use the Sotar on them or not, but I think I did, and it wasn't. I wasn't digging it.
Yeah.
All
right.
Yeah, but what Cody's saying here is kind of largely how I feel. You should be able to do most of what a CR Plus can do with a Sotar. And I think that's how I've largely felt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to finish up, and then we're going to hop into critique, and then
fun.
Finish out the show.
I'm excited for this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully we can con Graham into coming on and playing his army.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah. It'll be great. We've been having some amazing games. If you have not been watching our games,
Yeah. Oh my gosh! You know what we forgot to do? We forgot to tell people about the Saturday. Sorry, we were talking.
Oh yes, yeah. We alluded to it, and then we said we were going to.
Then we never talked about it.
We should come back to it now. Yeah. Just a quick heads up. Oh, it's back in the next one. It's under promo, I think.
No promo. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. So.
Yeah, if you've seen the Sunday stream with Devin, who is a pro painter,
Brush Adept on Instagram.
Adept, he swung by and gave taught everyone some lessons on weathering, and it was really awesome, really good, really informative. He's going to be doing some exclusive classes for us and for the Mandrills.
Yes.
So if you are a Mandrill and if you want, that is our second tier membership.
Yeah.
If you want to be in those classes, you want to see those classes, there's a link on Discord, or there's a section on Discord, a channel, where that info and link is going to be posted. This Saturday, he's going to be putting on a Choosing the Right Colors class. It's basically a 2 hour Q&A where you can ask all your burning color questions. Because I mean, that's something we get asked all the time. Like, what color should I do this? What color should I do? You know, I want to do this army, but I don't want to do this color. What color should I do? Or, you know.
Yeah.
Questions like that. And you can get it answered by a professional, literally, award-winning painter.
Yes.
So yeah, that's some great. That's a great resource if you are a Mandrill.
Yeah.
And that kind of ties into what we're going to talk about next, which is critique.
Yes.
So let's talk about critiques. All right.
Speaking of, we know
Bryce,
this guy.
Yes.
Yeah, this is Bryce.
So this specifically, these are some Sons of Horus. Bryce was asking about OSL in the eyes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna defer to you on this. I've done a lot of OSL, and I'm sometimes I'm pretty happy with my OSL. Sometimes I'm not.
Yeah. So okay, I guess you should say based on this picture.
Yeah.
I can't quite tell if it looks like you've done a little bit of OSL. I guess that is kind of that maybe answers the next question: is how obvious do you want your OSL to be?
And you know what? I'll ask a follow-up question. While real quick. Sorry to interrupt you, Cire.
Yeah.
Bryce, I think you're still in here. If you were, yeah. So the other question, actually, Bryce, I forgot to ask, and maybe you mentioned this in your Discord. In the Discord. Is this OSL you're doing with airbrush or not? Because Bryce actually does airbrush, but Bryce prefers when he can to brush work. Yeah. And what he's done so far, it looks like it was done with a brush, not with an airbrush, right?
Yeah. So I think I lean on this. Okay, so I think he was specifically asking should he do more. So like, I actually prefer subtle OSL. So I'm actually kind of okay where it's at right now, but it's not super obvious. So if you want it to be very clear that there's OSL, you probably need to bring it up a level. Something else you can do.
Sorry, when you say bring it up a level, do you mean increase how far it travels away from the source?
Either
or value or both.
One or both.
Okay.
And something you can do, I would maybe try this first, is actually lighten the color of the center of the eye. So if you lighten the color in the center of the eye, it'll make everything else around it look brighter.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, with ice yellow and contrast
This
paint?
is with ice yellow and contrast paint.
So he's doing, and I know Bryce likes this because him and I have chatted about it. He's doing what I did for the cities, I think. He's doing like yellow.
Oh, yeah.
With the magenta, like the...
around it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so for the center of the lens, I think you need to slightly bring up the value. So if it's like an orangey red, right? Mm-hmm. I would find an orangey red paint.
Like squig orange.
Yeah. A bright, saturated color.
That's not so... Yeah, that's Citadel, which is not super bright saturated.
AK
Vermilion or...
AK bright orange. If this is
that orange.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's bright orange, do a thin layer, like thin down. And put it right in the center.
Yeah.
And see how it looks. Because right now, it's It's pretty subtle. Actually, I can see it a lot more on the center guy.
The center guy, I can see it.
I can see,
but I know what you're saying. That does help sell like the. I mean, that's the source.
Yeah.
Right. That it helps sell the source.
Yeah.
And helps feel like OSL more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't think you should grab your airbrush and spray the face.
No.
I think you're right in the zone. If you want to do it, use a brush, maybe expand it a little bit more.
My guess is he doesn't want to either.
Yeah.
Can I ask, do you I think the answer here is yes, but do you like the way it's only going down? You wouldn't the helmet's gonna block it from going
yes,
up.
exactly.
Right?
So
it
should not go up.
Shouldn't go up, okay.
Yeah, the only other place you might add a little bit of OSL is on that little earpiece. And that's it's like risky.
Yeah. That's exactly the word I've. Yeah. That sounds risky.
Sounds risky. It could be risky.
You could fix it though if you didn't like it.
I think generally speaking, you've got the right idea. Just down below and brighten up the center a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, Bryce is a great painter. He has a pretty big Sons of Horse. This is what Holly's doing too.
Yeah.
Sons of Horse. Yeah. Man, these Marines though. It is wild how this is a hot take, a little bit unrelated to what we're talking about, but it is wild how you can be fine with a model until you see the new version. And another example, he's in chat, a friend of ours, of course, Brett. Brett's Saurus Warriors look amazing, and I like the old Saurus Warrior.
Yeah,
but I really forgot that Meg has actually painted 20 of the new Saurus Warriors. Yeah. And I grabbed one and looked at it and was like, oh, wow. Like, yeah, you don't really know until you see the new ones right next to like after you've seen Primaris Marines enough and you see it's not that they look worse. Yeah. It's just different.
Yeah.
It's more
these guys are like pretty squat.
The negative word I would use would honestly be derpy. Like everything just looks derpier from
pre-2015.
Yeah, everything just kind of looks derpier. But I do appreciate it. It's just a different look.
I think that, I mean, maybe this is just new bias.
Yeah.
I think the new Horus Heresy is the perfect Marine. I think they're better than Primaris.
Oh yeah, I don't know. That's not this, huh?
No.
You're saying like the new
like the new Mark 6, Mark 3.
Okay.
I like the new Mark 3 helmets. A lot of people don't like them. I think they're awesome. But yeah, I think the new Heresy scale is like the perfect.
You like that scale?
Yeah, I like it better than Primaris. I like it
better
than the old stuff.
Yeah, interesting.
Cool. All right.
We good?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's mostly what he wanted to talk about. We talked about some weathering, but that's not
Saturday we'll also mention, just a quick heads up, we have a game Saturday happening. Brad and Steven will be playing. I'll be producing that game. It is possible that game will go over and then
oops.
Sal's
back. He's
how's that the button you hit?
I was thinking, where is
the schedule?
Yeah.
Yeah. Saturday we do have our game. It is actually the first game of our regular schedule, believe it or not. Because tomorrow we have our last game of our kickoff week. Cire, Brad and I at noon Pacific time, and then 10 a.m. on Saturday. By the way, folks, as you can see,
yes.
So 10 a.m. on Saturday, and it's possible that game kind of overlaps. It depends. We've just had a lot of amazing games recently that we can't call. We still want to be able to call games after like turn 4 or something in Sigmar, but it's kind of a good game when you can't.
Yeah.
So just heads up, if you're a Mandrill, it's fine. Say bye and go do your thing, whatever.
Yeah.
We get it.
We get it.
Okay. Yeah.
I think we're actually a good spot. We might end a little bit early. There's not much more interesting stuff we can do with this. Maybe we can show them off, though.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, they're on the way. Here, I'll pass what I've been up to.
Obviously.
Which is just blocking out color. It's nothing fancy.
Yeah, nothing super fancy. This is the... the non-glamorous side of commission painting,
which is good. We talked about it.
There's not a glamorous side.
There's really no glamorous side.
So here's the Cire accolades we've been working on.
Oh, I never used the thing.
The
handle.
Oh,
I just don't use them. I don't know why.
Here's our Cire accolades. Oh my gosh, it does not like being zoomed in. Yep, just doing the basics right now. The bird is in the blue-green. They are in the turquoise. I'm going to end up highlighting the turquoise with the blue-green. So this is more close to the color they're going to end up being, their clothes-wise.
Got it.
But we got to get the base coats down. You got to get the unfun stuff done first. You see a lot of unpainted stuff. So like here and, oh, wow, these are actually the same model.
Oh, really? I handed you the same one.
Well, similar. Right. Oh, no, they're not.
Is he?
They both have a similar weapon. These are going to end up being like a necro gold, which is kind of a green gold.
Oh, okay. That would be cool.
Yeah. So weirdly enough, the colors are going to be mostly blue and purple, but there's actually going to be a lot of green throughout.
I think like that's not super unusual
Yeah.
and awesomely painted. I mean, the Thousand Suns blue that like the Studio Army paint, it's like a greenish blue.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's a green glow and stuff.
Yeah.
It's not too unusual for Tzeentch. Yeah.
So I'm going to be working that green in the gold. There's going to be green. This is a bluish green with the turquoise. So
I to be honest with you, Cire, with your painting style and the colors you like to work in, I think this is kind of a perfect army for you.
Oh, yeah.
It just happens to not really be your play style. But I hope that Graham ends up coming around, and you probably may not hope this, but commissioning you to do more of this because I'm excited. I think this is gonna look great.
And here's our pink horse. So this is giving you an idea of what we're starting to look like here.
What do you know what he's doing? He's doing the bases.
Yes.
Do we know what he's doing? Has he said?
No, he also doesn't know. Apparently,
He doesn't know.
So-
What do we think? How do we want to base these? How do we? What do we?
what do we tell him to
What
do?
do we tell Graham? I mean, Graham is probably going to be open to suggestions.
I think I don't know. I'm kind of feeling like a dark jungle forest.
Dark jungle forest.
Yeah, so like a brown, like lots of brown and green with like lots of foliage. Mm-hmm. Kind of interesting.
Yeah, that actually
but like
would.
bright green, like jungle, not forest. Sorry, it's like jungle.
So tropical.
Yeah, tropical.
I mean, they look like they're dressed for tropical.
Yeah,
Yeah.
these guys probably wouldn't look very right in snow, but also, honestly, snow would also work
Yeah.
as well.
They also probably don't care because they're psychotic chaos.
Yeah, and they're
worshippers.
kind of out of their mind.
Yeah.
Okay,
Did we do it?
we did it.
Awesome.
I'm gonna try and find this last guy's thumb. Otherwise, he's getting a prosthetic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that happened. I accidentally dropped him or something. Anyway.
Yeah.
So yes, remember Saturday with Devin.
Yes.
If you want to get those lessons, hop in as a Mandro. Tomorrow we're playing Ogre Maw Tribes versus Seraphon.
Yes.
That's going to be, and I'll be producing, so that's you, Brett, and me tomorrow. And that's our first regularly scheduled AOS game.
On Saturday.
On Saturday.
Yeah.
So,
Cool.
all right.
Did we do it?
We did it.
Yeah.
Can you take us
Yeah,
out, Zach?
guys, I would say be kind to each other, be kind to yourselves, and always be creating. See you guys.
Bye.